15 ain't easy, unless you're watching me. Welcome back. You're watching the Thrift Store Rundown, where we bring Hollywood home on a budget. And all this week, we're becoming worldwide web warriors, marking our territory on pieces of the internet that make us feel at home. There's what's true from what's false, what's fact from what's crap, and then there's what's myth from what's mythical. And if you ask me, award-winning YouTubers Rhett and McLaughlin and Neal definitely fall into both camps, myth and mythical. It's almost unbelievable how these two childhood geeks from Buies Creek, North Carolina could ascend to becoming YouTube entrepreneurs who just so happen to be family men. Or really, if they're watching, family men who just so happen to be YouTube entrepreneurs with their popular award-winning Good Mythical Morning channel and their company Mythical Entertainment. But they did. And now, it's your turn, as we take on Rhett and Link's Book of Mythicality, a field guide to curiosity, creativity, and tomfoolery. Really? Tom the Fool would call these guys kings. You want to know what I call them? A pretty solid deal to start with. I got this Crown archetype publication from 2nd Avenue Thrift Superstore in Union for $2.99. Thanks for turning over our book. Well, you're welcome, gentlemen, but really turning over a new leaf in this good mythical part of YouTube is just the beginning. As we take a look at the retail prices here, $21 in the US, $28 in Canada. Let's take a look at the table of contents here, which essentially reads like a how-to list. 20 chapters, 20 things to do to live a more mythical life. Laugh your way into friendship, embrace your maturity, build a time capsule, get your hands dirty, say I love you like it's never been said, visit the future, throw a party that doesn't suck, speak at your own funeral, stop and celebrate, and risk your heart for an animal, etc. Really, the nostalgic trinkets from their past here make the first 2 chapter pages worth reading alone. I'm nothing if not nostalgic. And that is really the focal point for this entire channel. And so I could go on and on about their childhood in Buies Creek, their infatuation with and admiration for a certain elementary school teacher, you might have heard of her in their road trip documentary, who facilitated their friendship by punishing them for defacing their desks, Lenora Locklear. I could talk about them marrying up, becoming family men, and award-winning YouTube creators. But really, it's about the how-to aspect that's the most attractive for me and takes up really half of this book, and it's the focal point of this particular review. So let's get started. We begin with GMM's biggest laughs, 8 in all, from standout episodes of Good Mythical Morning, from testing the butter cutter to introducing pull pants and spotting a fake laugh, etc. Here we have the best and worst places to get lost without a car or a bike. Really, the best place to get lost while riding a Segway is Tokyo. The worst, at your ex's family reunion. Good luck trying to avoid America's Funniest Home Videos, if you're lucky. This is the GMM time capsule. In Season 2, the mythical beasts, that's their fans, began sending Rhett and Link nostalgic trinkets from their past, in hopes of building a Good Mythical Morning time capsule, which was supposed to be buried in a backyard somewhere, but instead ended up being buried in the studio storage closet. I see nothing particularly worthy of being buried in a time capsule, but no disrespect to the mythical beasts. If it's worth something of value to you and you want to share it to them, it's all fine by me. Really, if anything, I give credence to this Marvel Avengers comic book. I don't do superhero things very often, but that is the one item among a myriad of others in here that I give some measure of credence to. So when will they bury it? These are creative confrontations designed to look like Nintendo games. Fistfights are so last century. Throwing hands never solves anything except possibly making you go viral on World Star Hip Hop, which is pretty comparable to getting charged, locked up, sued, the works. These are alternative solutions for winning rap battles, bake-offs, try not to laugh challenges, almost real fights, and a video game fight, which really visually embodies all of this. If you know Rhett and Link on Good Mythical Morning, they're known for one of many segments. One standout segment for me is Will It. That's basically Will It Blend, but not really just blending, combining two foods that most likely have never been brought together before. But they're not the pioneers. The first person to bring peanut butter and jelly together on a sandwich was Julia David Chandler in 1901's Boston Cooking School magazine of culinary science and domestic economics, thus creating a pioneer for all time. Next up, Help Wanted. Good Mythical Morning staffers share their worst summer jobs. I gotta give Eddie a call out for the following reason. Being a stock associate at Old Navy. Yeah, that's one thing and that's pretty much mundane. But to boost morale and avoid fatigue, the manager of that particular Old Navy would pop in season 2 of Friends on DVD, which as a studying friendsologist, I think is an excellent morale booster. Eddie, quite the contrary, he loathed Friends. In particular, he hated Chandler's voice. Why now, of all friends? Even if you know what happened to him or not. So he quit. Hey, when it's his turn to go, there's one particular fan who would like a couple of sarcastic comments with him. If geeks never inherit the earth, they most certainly will inherit the hearts of the hotties. And Rhett and Link certainly have done a fine job here. In case you don't know, this is Rhett's wife Jessie and Link's wife Christy. Don't tell me they didn't marry up. And don't tell me they're not smooth talkers. Speaking of being smooth talkers, this love line matchup has you match up these following romantic quotes to these romantic scribes. In music, in poetry, in comics, in the case of Charles Schultz of Peanuts. And yes, the other half of the book talks about, well, the other half of the book is really autobiographical, and so they talk about meeting their wives and becoming family men. Next, how to tell if you're a superfan or a stalker. Being a superfan is good. Being a stalker, not so much, especially if you're a guy named Terry. To that end, they also talk about meeting their country music idol, Mel Haggard. Keep in mind that they developed the love for Mel Haggard when they were just teens. These are the party MVPs and LVPs, the most valuable players, the ones who will definitely steal the show and keep the party going, to the least valuable players, those who just want to hog the spotlight, or not do anything particularly right when it comes to partying, like debating, or just hogging one too many drinks. Go fig. Here we had the Dead Libs Eulogy Generator. It's basically Mad Libs for the most solemn time in anyone's life. A funeral. In case you dare want to liven things up, Rhett and Link's way, this is Mad Libs Eulogy. The wonderful life of so-and-so, fill in the blanks however you wish according to the categories in the Eulogy Generator, and honorable mention going to the funeral song, We're Still Here. It's solemn but slightly upbeat and slightly irreverent. Just the way they want to go when it's their time. And finally, the Celebration Ratification Timeline. This is the chapter of them wanting to stop and celebrate a few of their achievements, but always moving forward, not having any time to really reminisce about memories and days gone by. However, they pretty much nailed it with their 1000th edition of Good Mythical Morning. In semi-formal wear, at least from the top up. A fan montage video at the end of that particular show had them tear up. Really, a picture walk isn't necessary, but how this book is designed, how this book is separated into a tale of two halves, oh man. This right here, I didn't intend to add, but come on. Good mythical inventions like the console punch set, water takes the apparatus, the smell elevator, really the smell elevator takes the gold medal here. The other inventions, not really. But how this book is designed and how it's separated into a tale of two halves. One half, as I said, being how-to, the other half being autobiographical. These two know how to tell a good story. In hardcover, and especially in front of the camera. And they know just who to thank for making all this storytelling possible. First and foremost, all of the fans, the mythical beasts around the world. Gentlemen, you killed it. 5 out of 5 claps. I don't know if I'll ever become a mythical beast myself anytime soon, but I do know that this could be a great gateway to start. Really, it can be, and pretty much is, mythically marvelous. That's Rhett and Link's Book of Mythicality. Here's what's on the docket for Thursday. What on earth has become of you, John Cena? What? Anyway, that's a discussion for another day. Thanks for tuning in. Just so you know, there's no limit to bringing Hollywood home on a budget. Please go ahead and check out another awesome review like this one by clicking here, and make sure you subscribe by clicking here. Until next time, I'll catch you, as I always do, on the flip side.